If you've ever struggled with fat loss, you've probably been told, you just need to eat less and move more. Sounds simple, right? But if it were that easy, no one would struggle with weight loss or fat loss. So why doesn't this advice work? From Wits and Weights, I'm Philip Pape, and this is Nutrition Science Daily, bringing you the latest in nutrition, fat loss, and health science, all in under 5 minutes. Today caps off our Nutrition Myths Week. If you missed the previous episodes, check them out. This is 5 myths that we covered this week, concluding with today talking about the eat less and move more mantra that is patently false, and it's false for reasons that you might not suspect. Yes, fat loss ultimately does absolutely, per physics, come down to energy balance, burning more calories than you consume. But the problem with the mantra, eat less, move more, is that it ignores the complexities of metabolism, hunger regulation, and adherence, and how all of these work together and affect each other. A very simple example is when you eat less or eat more, it actually affects your metabolism as well. And so you might have to eat even more less or more, if that makes sense. For example, when you drastically cut calories, your body goes through what's called metabolic adaptation. Your metabolism slows, your hunger hormones go up, your energy levels drop, and then it makes it harder to sustain the deficit because you're burning even fewer calories and you would have to eat even fewer calories. And that's why these extreme aggressive diets often fail, and why only 5% of people will end up maintaining the results from fat loss or weight loss, because your body is essentially fighting back to maintain balance and get back to what's called homeostasis. Now, what about movement and exercise, right? Moving is, of course, great for your health, but research shows that most people don't burn nearly as many calories as they think during their workouts. And so if you're relying on that to decide how much to eat, that's going to be a big problem. Plus, increasing exercise too much, and to the level that many people are doing it, where they're doing lots of running, treadmill work, machine work, chronic cardio, it often leads to compensatory behaviors, like you eat more because you're hungry or you feel like you earned it. You also tend to move less later in the day, and that's a way to compensate. And so that's why what you eat matters just as much as how much you eat, as well as your behaviors and your lifestyle. For example, protein helps preserve muscle and keep you full. Fiber regulates digestion and controls hunger. Strength training prevents some of the metabolic adaptation and it increases your insulin sensitivity. Fat loss is about strategy, right? Not restriction. When you put it all together, it's not just eat less, move more. And for many of my clients, you want to eat more while you move more. And we actually want a higher level of what's called energy flux. There was a recent article in Eating Well, and it highlights how focusing solely on calorie reduction without considering nutrient quality, muscle retention, or metabolic adaptation is going to set you up for failure. It just will, because it's ignoring all the realities of the complexity of the system. So is eat less, move more technically correct? Kind of. It's kind of a poor proxy for energy balance, but even then it lacks the nuance you need for it to be worth anything. It is oversimplified. To lose fat and keep it off, you need a sustainable approach that prioritizes protein, resistance training, and dietary adherence over the long haul. And guess what? You can be in a fat loss phase while lifting weights and increase the amount of fiber and nutrient-dense foods, and volume-wise, you end up eating more than you were before when you were eating more processed foods. And even though the calories are less. So again, are we talking about calories or talking about volume? Like, what matters here? If you want to know how to demystify all of these and simply come up with the right guidelines for calories, macros, meal timing, and such for you, download my Nutrition 101 for Body Composition Guide, totally free, link in the show notes, and it will show you exactly what to do. It will show you what to do for your nutrition so that it's flexible, so that it helps you lose fat, build muscle, whatever your goal is, without worrying about all of these myths that we talked about this week. And if you enjoyed Nutrition Myths Week, definitely text this episode to a friend, or whichever one from the week would hit them hardest that they need to know about. And then hit follow, of course, so you don't miss Monday's episode, where we're going to dive into a whole new slew of topics. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you then.